Welcome back. The latest poll of the special Senate election in the now competitive state of Georgia shows the senior pastor from the famous Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta polling ahead. Reverend Raphael Warnock, the local activist with national backing, is 8 points in front of current Senator Kelly Loeffler. In the latest Quinnipiac poll, Warnock comes in at 31% in a field of 5 candidates, riding a wave of endorsements that include former Presidents Barack Obama and Jimmy Carter. And joining us now is Democratic candidate for the U.S. Senate in the state of Georgia, Reverend Raphael Warnock. Reverend, thank you so much for getting up so early with us. It's great to see you again. This poll and your race obviously a little different because it is a runoff, so no one likely to get 50% here. So we may not see a resolution on Election Day the way people will be expecting in all of the other races across the map. But talk to us about what you're seeing with all of the news that's unfolded in the last couple of weeks, the president's debate performance, and now his diagnosis with COVID-19. What are you hearing from particularly undecided voters, if you can find any, about how those developments are impacting their plans for voting in November?
Well, thank you so much, Casey. I don't mind at all. It's wonderful to be here with you this early in the morning. I have to tell you that being the front runner feels pretty good, and I think that people are responding to our message. I'm running against the wealthiest member of Congress. She's poured millions of dollars into this race, but thankfully in our democracy, this seat is not for sale. And so as I'm moving all across the state of Georgia, I was down in Valdosta, down in Brunswick, Augusta. People are really focused on themselves. I think too often politics is focused on the politicians, who's up and who's down. But the folk who are trying to just work it out, sitting around their kitchen tables this morning, having to deal with the high cost of prescription drugs because Big Pharma is sitting in the seat too often of power. Those who are trying to figure out how to get their kids to school are dealing with basic kitchen table issues. And they don't see that through the lens of Democrat and Republican, right and left, but right and wrong. And in this moral moment, they're looking for leadership. And I'm deeply honored to offer myself for service yet again.
You bring up health care, and that's obviously something that we know is on voters' minds, especially amid the COVID-19 pandemic. And the Senate is about to start confirmation hearings for Amy Coney Barrett. Democrats have focused on a case that could knock down the Affordable Care Act that the Supreme Court is set to hear just weeks after the election. And there are questions about what Democrats should do if they take back the Senate to try and change the Supreme Court. If you were elected to the Senate, would you support adding justices to the Supreme Court?
Well, I'm honored to be running. And as you can see, we've got a great shot. I intend to win this seat, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. I think it's really important that we hold Mitch McConnell to the McConnell standard. I didn't think I'd ever be saying that about anything, but in this case, he needs to be consistent. He is the one who insisted that we should wait until the election, let the people weigh in 2016. And I think the onus is on him to prove what's the difference between 2016 and 2020. There should be no confirmation before there is an inauguration. And I would be holding the line where I am in the Senate right now. The good news is if I can win outright, and I know we've got a ways to go, but you're talking to a pastor, who preaches about the parting of the Red Sea and the things that can happen, right? When we really put ourselves in the struggle.
I mean, stranger things have happened in 2020 also.
This is the year of strange things. Things can happen. And if I win outright on November 3rd, because this is a special election, I would be seated immediately and could conceivably be there to weigh in on this. And, we're reminded just how important this is. There will be a hearing on the Affordable Care Act a week after the election. The stakes could not be higher.
All right, Reverend Raphael Warnock, thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate it. And we will, of course, be following your race very closely in the weeks to come. We also welcome interviews with any other leading candidates in this race here on Way Too Early. Senator Loeffler, Congressman Collins, we're looking at you.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.